Welcome to Cybersmart's Chatterbox series for parents. I'm Kelly.
And I'm Cara. We've both been teachers in Australian schools and are now education advisors for the Cybersmart program. Cybersmart Chatterbox has been designed to help parents help their children and whole families to find out how to be cybersmart and to use the internet safely. You can join the conversation and forum below.
Today, we are once again joined by our colleague, Gretchen, who is our communications and social media expert. Thanks for coming in again today, Gretchen.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Have you ever wanted a magical button on your computer that just switches it off once your child has spent their allowed time on it, where you don't need to walk in every minute to ask them to stop playing the game or tell them that's enough chatting for tonight?
I think you've pretty much just read every parent's mind.
Well, what if I told you that it does exist? Okay, before I sound like an infomercial for this magical button, let me be clear. It's not technically a magic button and it won't switch off the computer per se.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about now, Kel. Let me guess. Parental control tools.
Yes, Gretchen, you have guessed it. Parental controls help monitor and limit what your children do online. There are so many out there and they all offer different functions, with some even allowing parents to set time limits for specific websites and for specific users, as well as blocking access after a set time. That's the loose idea of the magic button I was referring to.
Well, I guess that would be particularly handy if you're not at home and you want to limit the time your child spends on a game or on social media.
I think it's really important just to clarify, though, that no tool is 100% effective at blocking access to inappropriate content, but they can reduce the likelihood of accidental discovery, for example.
Also, at this stage, there are more effective parental control tools for home computers and laptops than there are for tablets and smartphones. So it's best to ensure additional supervision when your child is using a tablet or smartphone.
So every parental control tool is different. Most can block children from accessing specific websites or apps, and they can filter different kinds of content. So, for example, sexually explicit content.
Some tools also allow you to monitor your child's usage with reports generated on the sites that they access, the length of time, and the frequency of access. And in most cases, you can manage the tool settings to reflect your children's changing needs and set profiles for children of different ages.
It's also probably a good idea to mention the limitations of parental control tools too. For example, they are better at locking adult or sexual content than some other types of harmful content.
So what other harmful content are you referring to?
Things like sites that promote self-harm and eating disorders, violence, drugs, gambling, racism, and even terrorism. They can also have difficulty filtering content within social media sites and messaging services, including video messaging services like Skype.
So I guess that's not really a set and forget measure, but perhaps an effective way to introduce boundaries and start the conversation with your kids around the social media sites that they're using, who they're communicating with, and what they are actually accessing. New parental control tools are emerging every couple of months, so it's probably a good idea to search for user reviews to find the one that is best suited to your family's needs at that particular time. So look for a tool that is easy for parents to install and use, that blocks the content and websites well, offers good reports on which websites have been accessed, and is automatically updated, so to ensure that new websites and content is being blocked. And it needs to be one that can't easily be bypassed by your tech-savvy teenager.
We often get asked by parents, which is the best tool to use? And we find this quite a difficult question to answer because there are so many out there and every family has varying needs. It's a good idea to look at recent reviews on trusted consumer review sites and technology review sites and magazines. You might also be interested in a recent study by the European Commission, which provides a ranking of parental control tools tested, including the free tools that are available. Information on the review is available on our website.
I should probably point out that parental control tools can't keep a computer or data secure. To keep your information and computer safe from hackers, unauthorised access and viruses, you'll need to install appropriate e-security software, which is different to filtering software. It's a good idea to set this kind of software to update automatically to combat the hundreds of new viruses that are released every single day.
And for those of us that aren't very computer savvy, remember online tutorials can be your best friend. There are plenty of step-by-step instructions and videos that will help you set these tools up properly. Also, keep in mind that some searchable websites like Google and YouTube, for example, have their own safe search settings that can ensure no unwanted content pop-ups while your child is using these sites.
I think the most important tip of all is to remember that kids are switched on and savvy and that none of these tools are 100% effective, so the most valuable parental control tool is still good old active supervision. You can find a lot more about parental control tools, their benefits and limits on our website, cybersmart.gov.au. Also, if you have a tool that works particularly well for your family, please share it with us and other parents in the comments section below. Thanks for tuning in.